Are we on already? My God, I was gonna change my shirt because like I look ridiculous wearing this thing. So I'm going to anyway. I don't care. I don't care. If you guys are gonna talk shit, that's totally fine. Okay, that's just the way it works. Wait, is this thing on? Hello? Yeah, it is on. Okay. So how's life? The reason why I wanted to wear this shirt was, well, yeah, it's got my MNO badge, but it's also got my buddy's band on there. So I think that's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. So, okay, how are y'all doing today? Are we good? I don't like that it automatically just you know says that you're streaming. I'd like some prep. I don't know how to fix that. You know what I mean? Because like for example, I gotta do the picture. I, we're not doing a mixed breakdown for name and number. We're doing mixed breakdown for heaven to hell. It was originally called the New Moon. Actually, it was originally called the Tree too because it kind of has that same vibe as the tree. So here, let me play you guys. Let me play you guys the tree. So this is for the old album. The old. I mean, it's so ancient. It's a year old. So here's the tree. Oops. I'm gonna make this available. Available. Hmm. Well, while that's figuring its life out, let's fix the. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you guys are just staring at me. Okay, cool. Well, you just have to stare at me. Okay. Okay. How is it? How's my left side? Is it good? Is it tabbies? So, the tree is a song about. Well, the tree signifies this connection to a past love or home. You know, when I think of like trees and old trees, they always think of like, because as kids we all played outside. We don't do so much do that so much generally, um, but that's what I think when I think of the tree, and so that moment of innocence, which also could also be related to when you're in a relationship that was easy. And so anyway, that was the idea behind the tree, is that it kind of this guy would look at this tree and it kind of sparked these ideas and thoughts and memories of how it was before. This is when he was reminiscing on the past and how things were, and that was a big part of the first album, was clinging on to the past and not being able to let go. That's different now. So Kulina's evolved, and he's looking forward. He's being more proactive. But anyway, this is the vibe of the tree. Woke up early this morning. I can hear your voice calling my name. Come over, sweet darling. I'll hold you as tight as I can. Gotta throw that vibrato in, man. Milk it. I know it's been ages, alive. Flip the pages, I still can feel your fingers locked up with mine. I need you just one final time. It's so surreal to me how you're standing underneath the tree that we planted back in May. You know what I'm talking about? Your name. This house seems so much larger. The sounds behind the walls seem louder. The sun falls behind the hill. Sunlight is fading, just like the life that we made. My voice is on fire tonight. But oh, through the darkness, I still can see your dark dress as you dance in front of the mirror. The orange of sunrise is bringing us all back to life. It's so surreal to me how you're standing underneath the tree that we planted back in May. The leaves are lush with desire. It's like a concert, man. Like a full-on concert, yo. I'm gonna be doing this actually next Wednesday night. You know what I mean? It's how, yeah, if not. Tell me what you're saying. 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 I hear my name. You know what I mean? It's so surreal to me how you're standing underneath the tree that we planted back in May. I mean, that's definitely not what I did in that album, but certainly introduced the Parangel a lot in the new album. But anyway, that's the vibe. It's this 6/8 tune, which is like this waltz, but the follow-up is calling my name. I like that I come in on the 5. That's kind of cute. I am awake. I am awake. Yeah. Okay, enough of that madness. So that's why I called it The Tree 2, because this song has got a similar vibe to it. I think I mentioned it to you guys that I was going to pull the album that's coming out on the 24th, so I did. I actually pulled it two days ago, and I remixed quite a few of the songs. So, but I knew I'd do it. I knew it. It's still going to be dropping on the 24th. It's just, you know, I don't know why they want you to do it 4 weeks out where you send it off. I mean, you could do it like 2 days before and it'll show up. But they do it so that, you know, you can build the hype and get the saves and all that stuff. But really, who cares, man? Who cares? You guys are going to find out about it. Believe me, I'm going to spend all day on the 24th letting you guys know about it. You guys are going to probably unfriend me because of all the attempts to get you guys to listen to this album. But this is a good way to not listen. So you're not going to hear the song in its entirety. I don't want that to be the reason why we're having a stream. I really want to show you guys what goes into the production and how, you know, how immersive it is. So here's Heaven to Hell. Very grand. So I called it The Tree 2 because it has that similar feel. It's in a different key. I mean, it's in, you know, it's in, what is that, C sharp instead of the D sharp. But let's kind of walk through the, so then it was called The Tree 2, as you can see up here. And, oh, wait a minute, you guys can't see it because you're still staring at my face. There we go. So, what? Oh, okay, I know what that is. That's Canva taking 10 billion years to give me my thumbnail for my YouTube channel. Anyway, that's way too much information. Who cares? Okay, so what we're looking at is the session for the song. And so when I So these are all the parts. Um, they don't even fit on the screen, or do they? Yeah, they do. Look at that. So these are all of the parts. We've got angel drums, the idea. So the demon drums may play along with the angel drums, but really the idea for the demon drums, they're in, they're out. All right, it's kind of like naughty people. They're in and they're out. Yeah. So that's why I call them angel and demon drums, but also because this is angelic rock opera. So of course, we're going to be giving them names, and I'm even considering changing the names of guitar 1, guitar 2, guitar 3. Those are 3 different guitar parts. Emo main, that would be me. The harmonies, well, that would be me. The angels and the demons, both me. So, and the advantage to that is anytime I need to pull an album, like I just did, and re-record something, which I did, I don't have to outsource or get on Fiverr or anything like that. But also the opportunity to and the pleasure of mixing is a great one because again, if there's something I hear, I don't have to bug my engineer or mixer to make the fix and then send it off to the mastering guy and redo it. So it's worth putting in the hundreds of thousands of hours. And if you think I'm kidding, but it's worth it because now you can build a business out of it, which I am. But that's not the point of it. The point is so that I can just really construct my music the way I hear it in my Looney Tune head. So anyway, so I want to walk you guys through the guitars first because that's really where they're born. And so the whole the foundation of the song was this pretty cool guitar part. I kind of mentioned in the last stream about how I wrote a lot of my music traveling for M&O and being in the airports and having my little backpacker, which is a smaller type of guitar, but it still plays like a guitar. But this was one of them. It goes. Isn't that cool? Ooh. And then the chorus is really cool. So it goes. Anyway, so that's really where this song was born. And the funny thing was, I get really self-conscious about singing, but I'll play. I'll just noodle on my guitar while I'm waiting for like the rental car to be done and waiting in line. I feel it's more pleasurable, and you can control the volume. So I didn't sing the melody at all. I didn't even know what the melody what was. I just knew that this is going to be something very cool. And so it took, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe 6 months before I even touched the melodies. But my process, which you'll see, because I actually did do. Oh, wait a minute, there I am. But my process is is unique, where I'll orchestrate everything. So I'll start with the guitar 1, and I'll start adding guitar 2, start adding guitar 3, and then synth, which I love. I love playing the synth. I'm not a piano player. I do chords, but I can't do the two-hand thing. I mean, forget it. But I'll play a melody. That's where I started. I actually started on the piano. But anyway, so I have that's my routine. So guitar 1 is what you guys are already familiar with, and that's the. So that's, yeah, well, you're already familiar with that. But I pulled the album mainly for that part. I had pressed on one of the strings way too hard, so the note that I was playing, the bum ba da da boo doo doo doo, was extremely sharp and it was driving me nuts. So I wouldn't have listened to that. So I would have skipped past it. And if I was gonna skip past it, chances are there were gonna be the pros that were gonna skip past it too. So um, Melissa couldn't hear it, but I think innately you do. You just can't point it out. It's hard to. And so that's why I pulled the album for that reason. So I fixed it, and that's why these are blue. Usually they're yellow. But anyway, so I want to walk you through what the guitar twos sound like. I don't like to like play harmonies. What I like to do is as I think about what I want, um, I almost want to counter. So you'll hear, you'll see right here, bum bum bum, right? There's this little space that's right here, and I have it occupied by the guitar two. So let me just solo out the guitar two so you can kind of hear what it's playing. And that's a not a big thing, but to me it is. So it's bum ba na 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 na, and then bum ba na na da na na. It's like the extra hit. Ba na 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 na. Bum ba na 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 now. I think that's very important. And there you go up there. Dun dun na 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 na. And then just keep it the same. A little off tune, but whatever, man. Whatever. So that's the guitar two. Now, guitar three, as I kind of mentioned, or as I mentioned in the streams, the guitar threes are typically these hammer-ons that are up higher on the fretboard. Like I'll kind of do like I'll do that stuff, and that's their main role. So they provide, because you got the low guitar. You got the guitar twos, which are in the mid as far as range, notes wise, and then you got the guitar three, which are higher up. But this, it's earthy, so I didn't want to throw that in. What I wanted to do was just keep the guitar threes, because it's a utility instrument, so it'll go back and forth between different parts regardless. But this is just literally just chords, because guitar one's playing a lot of riffs. It's not really playing chords. It's just so I wanted somebody to hold down the fort, and that's guitar three. Now I'm adding in some do 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 do, right? So that's the idea. So when you hear them together, it creates a nice little orchestration piece. See, it's not about parts standing out. It's about them forming together as well. So a lot of people say, well, I can't hear them. Well, it's the collection of the sound. And so that's why I like these mixed breakdowns, because you get to kind of hear them separated as well, which you don't really get that opportunity. But then there's also this little thing right here, which is like this little build-up. And then we go in. And then what I did for the bass was I had the bass actually doubling the guitar, because I really did want that. To me, this is, I really like this part, so I didn't want it to get too buried. So I just have the bass doubling it. So the bass follows that. Yeah. And then what do we have going with the synth? It's pretty cool. It sounds like this. Here, I want to solo it out singing here, but there's some really, it's all about the nuances for me. But this little dot that's right here, that it's, here, let me show you. And that's the line. I think it's very, I don't know how, like, when I called this the tree too, because after I wrote these parts, it really sent me back to that place and time where things were just like, it felt like I was a hobbit. Yeah. So what's going on with the drums? You've got Mr. Joe on the regular drums, so that's how it sounds like. 64 beats per minute. That's slow. This is the slowest song on the album. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. So that, and now where does the demons come in? The demon drums rather. There's this little thing, which is like the and so that is a big one, but also there's, right here. So again, they're not a main part. They're not supposed to be playing along. That's not what I want. I don't want two drummers playing the same part, right? But I also don't want two, like, all over the place. So it's sporadic, and that's the idea behind it. But he is playing these toms. So here, let me kind of solo out what the demon drums are doing during the verse. Quite simple, right? So doubled in with the. Yeah. All right. And so let's get to the next section. If you guys remember that chorus, right? So here's the chorus, but I have it in a different part of or different tracks because it's different volumes. So I think you're probably gonna be familiar with this. I like this part right here. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. That's why I'm excited to play live again because, you'll see these parts played. So anyway, I'm gonna be putting together lyric videos that combine me playing the parts in split screen format. So it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna have, well, hopefully I can get Joe and Johnny in. That'd be great. Have them both playing. But then, let's see, we got guitar 1, guitar 2, guitar 3, and then we got the synth lead, and then we got the bass, and then we got the main vocal, we got the high harmony, we got the low harmony, and then you got the angel, high harmony for the angels, low harmony. So now we're at 11, and then we've got the demons, and then the high harmony and the low harmony. So 14. How do you 7 on each half? I don't know. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So it's gonna be a pretty busy screen, and so I'm excited about that. Anyway, I digress. So that's the part for guitar 1, and then guitar 2. Here, let me see, because I never know if people can hear that or not. But anyway, but the then and then. I mean, it just feels like it makes sense, right? I mean, this is not pop, but it just makes sense. And that's the thing about pop. Pop is popular. That's why it's called pop. It's because it's familiar, makes sense. Certainly not pop, but it to me it makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you guys. Anyway, so what's going on with guitar 3? Of course, it's a utility instrument, so it makes sense for the chorus for it to do its little thing, which is this thing. And then it goes right back into the thing. So together, the guitars. And anyway, this album is the first time we have 3 guitars being played throughout the entirety of the album. A Whole New World actually did have 3 guitars on it. It did. And then I eventually went back and added third guitars because I added a third guitarist to the band. And so I had to write a new guitar part. So I actually added third guitars to the entire album. That's not on the album, but they're there for the performances. So happy this album is done and I just get to do this. I don't have to do anything. My work is done. Anyway, well, it's not done, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so synth, what did the synth lead do? Synth lead did some, very cool things. It's not as pretty. It's actually haunting. Listen to this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then, so you see, we got this simple, right? And then you got this one. And then you got that. You know what I mean? To make it even more interesting, why don't we grab this thing? And that way it's got a glide. Yeah. It's too late now. No one's gonna appreciate this work because I'm not pulling the album for this. I'll tell you that much. So that drones even as the I love that part too. Yeah, so you got 4 different ones. So I do try my best to make them different. Do the majority of people ever hear this? No. But I think again, innately, maybe. I would hope so. I would like that. Is anyone going to listen to this album? I don't know. I mean, I've got a PR firm that's working for me, so that's really cool. First time that I've actually had a budget for it, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's stop talking about that stuff. But here, let's get back to the music. So the synth keeps playing that. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah. Just so cute. All done while traveling in an airport. And waiting in line for stuff. And then lastly is the bass. Here, I want you guys to hear the bass. It's very, very cute. Listen. Keep that going for the next part of the chorus. The bends, man. It's all about the bends, yo. No, not the car, but the bend is a. Check it. So now we got this going. We haven't even gotten to the singing. So what I did was I had the demon drums follow follow the demon drums followed the bass, if I remember correctly. So let's hear the demon drums before the angels. But so they're on the toms. These are the toms right here. Yeah. So it really helps accentuate the bass. And so that's also a lot what the demon drums do is if there's a certain voice part or a certain guitar part or a bass line in this case, and a lot of times too are the synths. But if there's a certain rhythm that's going on that I want captured and accentuated and celebrated, then I get the demon drums to do it. And the reason why the angel drums are the angel drums, the demon drums are the demon drums, is because also the angels are all about free will. That's what they represent. And so I allowed Joe 100% freedom to play whatever he wants for that he believes works for the songs, and every time it works. It's just beautiful what he plays. And then the demon drums are directed by me. So I'm way in there, man. I'm like elbow deep, and I'm kind of directing that. And so it's those two forces working together, and I believe that's how this world works anyway. So anyway. Something really interesting that I just noticed is it helps Guitar One stand out is that Joe, whether he intentionally did it or not, but his rhythm matches exactly what Guitar Ones are playing. Here, check it out. That is so cool. I'm gonna cry. Like, I love, this is magic, man. I'm pretty sure he didn't intend to do that. Or maybe he did. I don't know, but I'm thankful he did. Yeah, so cool. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. I feel like we're joined like that. That's why I was gonna cry. He means a lot to me. He's one of my best friends. So is Eric Kreft, another drummer. He couldn't get on the record this time. He just couldn't do it. Not for health reasons, so he's fine. But he just couldn't do it. But he's definitely looking forward to doing the shows and all that. And Johnny, man, love this guy. He stepped in, he just killed it. I know Johnny because he's Guitar One, so he plays this part for me. But he's also a drummer, prolific drummer. And then we've got our vocals, which we haven't got to yet. Is there anything left? No, I think that's it. Everything else is pretty much repeated. Right? Why add another part? So that's the entirety of the instruments. So now, as far as lyrics, heaven to hell. It's we've been there where you're in this relationship or you're in something and you've got this job and it's cush and it's beautiful, and all of a sudden you get laid off, and that's what September was for me, man. September was rough. Fuck me. I mean, excuse my language, but. I broke up with somebody, which was, it was difficult to do. It's better than getting dumped, I'll tell you, but it's not easier. It's easier getting dumped. I mean, you just let it happen, But it was difficult to do. But getting kicked out of my house after breaking up with the girl, well, I mean, it made sense. How are you going to live with somebody then? But, I was willing to make it work. I mean, there was an extra bedroom and all that stuff. But the decision was made in the house. The vote was cast, and I was kicked out of my own house. I was on the lease, for God's sake. But I'm not going to argue with the vote, right? You hear that? Anyway, so I got voted off the island, and I was shortly thereafter kicked out of my own recording studio. I was 60% owner of Granted Enterprises, and we had decided to move, and I was partners with someone, and we decided to join our offices, and we decided to mine was more expensive, so I moved into the back part of his, and it didn't work out for whatever reason, for a lot of reasons. That doesn't even matter why. But anyway, the decision was I was voted off that island. That was my September. I mean, all within the span of like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And so Heaven to Hell was very fitting. And even though it was very difficult and painful, I had no doubt things were going to work out. And that was the difference. See, when I got dumped last year and wrote the first album, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought, I'm doomed and everything sucks and we're going to find someone. Um, but this was different. This was definitely different. It felt like it was a restart, a much needed restart. I wasn't happy with the way the business was going at all. And I certainly wasn't happy in that relationship as much as I wanted to, and that's why I called it off. Did I suffer the consequences? Yeah, but that's the point of it. If you're gonna make bold steps, you need to suffer the consequences and suffer. Why not? You're not gonna die. Yeah, but go through it, feel it, so that you really do value what you did for yourself. Yeah, but man, September sucked. So Heaven to Hell definitely pertains to that. But um, th- this is more. So anyway. Okay, so lyrics. The moon is bright and new, it's shining on the real you. He came along to fix the wrong, roll back home to the day before we sold our souls. So, my take on it is, you might get into something that's going to solve a lot of your problems and make things easier and nicer. But still, if it's not feeling right, man, it's time to hit the reset button. And so that's what that's about. Selling our souls is not necessarily like selling your souls to demons or the devil or whatever. It's about compromising yourself. That's what that pertains to me. And no, I did not sell my soul to the devil, for God's sake. I didn't sign a record label. I mean, I didn't sign a record deal. There's the proof. But yeah. Now, what's going on with the angels and the demons is they're going back and forth, right? So the angels they're the operatic part of my voice. And so each one of us have our own voice, and we have multiple voices we can use. That's why there's such a thing as an impersonator. They're able to structure their instrument to play certain parts. And so the angels are the operatic voice that I use. They're saying نحن في القمر. So we're saying the moon is bright and new, and the new moon is all about restarts and refresh and rebirth and all that. So they're saying we are in the moon, نحن في القمر, which is basically saying that they are part of this restart, which is great. Sometimes you need these angels around you to support you. And so, and the demons are here. They're doing the pharyngeal stuff, which is. So the demons doesn't just because they're using the pharyngeal, they can still sound sweet. So I did not want the demons to be crazy like the entire time. You can still use your pharyngeal and blend it in with your voice, and so that's why there's that. So anyway, but there's also the response. So they're saying نحن في القمر, and then these guys say نحن في الكون, which is the planet, which is Earth. So what the demons are saying, the angels are up in the moon, but we're here. We are present basically on there. So this is their back and forth. في نفس الغابة, which means we're in the same forest. If you remember what I was talking about with the tree, is that the tree being in the forest, it's our collection of memories, and so في نفس الغابة. So they're saying that we are in the same forest. Basically, they're again reiterating that they're very present. This album flirts with the dark side, but the cool thing about the demons is they keep reminding him that we're not going anywhere. We're here. We don't desert you just because you're being a butthole. Wait, wait. What do these people say? I gotta do this every once in a while, where I gotta just solo out just one of them and kind of hear what did you what? Inhilan. Oh, inhilan. End it now. Um, yeah, inhilan, which basically end it now. Which yeah. So that's yeah. And then we go back to the same. Yeah. So and then they go back and forth. So it's that same hymn, right? Going back and forth. So let's kind of hear how these sound a cappella between the vocals. You got the harmonies as well, high harmony, low harmony, and then you've got your angels, and you got your demons. Oh. The moon is bright and new. Wait. Oh, yeah. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Shining on the real you. You came along. Yeah. So that's that. Okay, and then we got our chorus. Go to the day before we sold our souls. Oh, yeah, there's another angel part right there. Let's see what they're saying there. But yeah, so adding some more counter melodies is what these are called. What? Oh, Jannah la Jahannam, which is heaven to hell. That's pretty cool. Jannah la Jahannam. How do I know Arabic? I mean, look at my name. I'm Arabic. Yeah. Okay. So then we got our chorus, which is basically, oh, won't you load it up? You'll be on the edge of your seat until you give it up. So it's a temporary thing, right? How the demon drums are in and out. But yeah, won't you load it up? You'll be on the edge of your seat until you give it up. So you're gonna be on a high. You're gonna be on a thrill ride while you're doing this. Oh, we'll just toss it up and see where it leads. Till then, we'll reach the stars. So you got these dreams and hopes and aspirations and everything, but one of us will end up alone. And then, actually, this has changed now. As the other soars. So one is left feeling like poopies, and the other one pulls through. Yeah, and that's the prediction. That's what. Yeah. So let's kind of hear that. So they're saying much daruri. It's not necessary. Right? They're telling him, like, come on, man, don't do it. So one of the things I did was I added the megaphone effect for while the other soars, so you guys can hear that. While the other soars. Yeah, it signifies that he's also connecting with the other side too. That's why I like that. But yeah, so the angels are also saying the last sa'a, which is look at the time. And that's another thing too, is the demons join him and sing along with him. One of us will end up alone. You know what I mean? So that makes it 6-part harmonies. So let's kind of hear that because it's birthday cow. There we go. So I'm really happy that I found a home for this melody. I want to take you back to one of the covers that I did as Aladdin. And what cover I chose was a Who song, a song by the Who. And one of the things I did for this song in particular, well, I completely changed it, where the rhythm was completely different. If you've never heard "Love Reign O'er Me," please check it out. It's an amazing song by the Who. But I didn't want to do a cover song and make it sound exactly the same, so I ended up doing this.
Only love can breathe on the rain.
God, my mixes are just, I mean, wow. Let me see if there's a better mix, because I think that is the mix. You know what? If I go to releases, that might not be the final mix, but if I go to release mixes, there it is. Love Rain. There we go. Yeah, that one's more current. That's like 6 months later, or what is that? 10 months later. Yeah, so this should be definitely hooked up. But anyway, so
Only love can breathe on the rain, just like the bee.
So the melody, of course. I mean, the only thing I changed was the instruments, but it's still the same chords, more or less. Yeah. I just want you guys to hear like the big vocal part that on the chorus. This is what makes Love Rain, and Roger Daltrey sings this. Oh, amazing. I could sing along, but I want you to hear it. Wow. Anyway, so what I did was, after the second chorus, it goes into this happy, clappy bridge, which is cool, man. But I just was not feeling it, so I decided to write an entirely different bridge, and it pissed off a lot of Who fans. I must admit, it's kind of sacrilegious. You don't just change a song like that, but I did. Okay, I did. But I always wanted to use that melody that I wrote in a song and add it in. So let me play it for you.
Only
Right here. They're the Angels. Motion, say yeah, right here. Vocal training, man. Take it. Right here. Anyway, so that the oh whoa whoa whoa. Listen to this, man.
one of us will end up alone.
See? So I grabbed it. Granted, it's in a cover song, Love Reign Over Me by The Who, but I wrote that last part. That's not in the original. So it's not like I plagiarized. I just used my own melody, which is, unless I sue myself, legal. So anyway, that's pretty much. And then it goes right back to heaven to hell. And then we got our second verse, which I wanted to keep similar to the first verse. I don't do that a lot, but the moon is a brighter blue, so basically signifying that this is a rare situation, and it certainly was. My lord, I mean, how those two worlds collided. Yeah, shining on the real you, hide them all, the battle scars. We always make excuses about, I've done this and I've been there and I've been hurt and all that stuff. But sometimes, we don't have to use that. So that's what I meant by hide them all, the battle scars, and we hide them with our masks, which is really the name of the album. Anyway, roll back home to the day before we were cast below. So what that means is, cast below, yeah, into hell, and the proverbial hell, of course. Anyway, and then it goes into heaven to her, heaven to hell, as though cast a spell. It almost felt like, so, like it just seemed super unnatural. Heard something. Anyway, so. So what else can we cover with this? I think that's it. The rest of it is just verse, chorus. Yeah. So those runs are important. Right? The moon. We can do that. The moon. Where you throw in your vibratos, right? You don't have to throw vibratos everywhere. But if you can hold your note, throw in that vibrato at the tail end of it, be very nice, man. Very nice. And so, yeah. What else is there to cover? That's pretty much it. Just towards the end, it's just this crazy ass note. I didn't have to do that, but I just wanted to. Okay, but anyway, that's heaven to hell. That's heaven to hell. I had to pull the album for that, which cost some money. I mean, a few bucks, but. Well worth it, because now I can listen to it without hearing that stupid guitar one being like so sharp because I bent the note too hard. Yeah, I can't believe I missed it too. I mean, I didn't even catch it until after I uploaded it. But August 24th, that's when this thing comes out. So I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys come back for more. I'm gonna be doing a mixed breakdown for all of the tracks. So in no particular order either. I'm just gonna whatever I'm feeling. I actually did this one right away because I just want to hear. Well, I remixed it. Is there anything I missed? But I don't think I did. I think everything is there. So thank you guys for being so cute and hanging out and being a part of this stream. So take care, and I'll